Harbawi. I'm working for Women's Center, Shafat Refugee Camp in Jerusalem. My job title is Fundraiser and Public Relations.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Rana. What about Fatma Badran?
Yes, Fatma Badran, the chairperson for the organization called the Alliance for Arab Women in Egypt. This organization has been there since 1987. We are interested in women development in all issues, socially, economically, politically, and also legal. We work on legal awareness of for women.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Fatma. What about Karen Borhoshi? Am I saying that right?
Yes, hi, good morning, everyone. This is Karine from Kairon, Lebanon. I'm based in Beirut. Kairon is an EdTech NGO that provides online education to refugees and underserved communities. And we provide blended learning approach to students with fast facilitation and tutors. And we have an online Kairon campus where students can take and study their MOOCs for free. And I'm very much looking forward to attend this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Fayyaz Ahmed Fayyaz.
Yes, greeting everybody. I am Fayaz Ahmed Fayaz from Pakistan, and I have been in the field of M&E from last 16 years. And now I am working in AKDN, Ahan Development Network, as an M&E and heading a project also at regional level. And my previous all experiences in the field of monitoring, evaluation, accountability, learning in the UN, USAID, Save the Children, NRC, Caritas, CAFOD, and so on.
Thank you, Fayyaz. Hala Jagbir. Hala, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, my name is Hala Jagbir. I'm from Dignity, Danish Institute Against Torture. We operate in Jordan. And I reached to your platform. I already get emails from you. I already signed up to DARPE. And I believe I have attended a meeting before, but I just want to make sure. So I'm looking forward to what you have to offer. Nice to meet you, everyone.
Well, this is definitely a space for everybody. You don't have to necessarily be a DARPE subscriber. We're just going to go through the platform, and this is a space where you can either learn a little bit more about how you can make the most of it, or just a introduction to it as a new platform for you. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff today, but thank you, Hela. Jean Shalhoub. Joel Hakim.
Hello, my name is Joel Hkaim, and working with Arc-en-Ciel in the fundraising and the external relations. Arc-en-Ciel is a Lebanese NGO based in Lebanon, and we also operate in France and USA.
Wow. Okay, well, welcome.
Thank you.
About Hiba?
Hi, everyone. My name is Hiba Omari. I'm the development officer at Ruwaq Center for Architectural Conservation based in Ramallah, Palestine. Ruwaq works on the preservation of cultural heritage and restoration of architectural heritage sites across the West Bank and the Gaza Strip.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that. Katie Zeki?
Hi. I'm the media producer of the media in our production, and we offer media coverage and social, and we manage social media platforms. And I'm here to know more about DARPE and to know how to get the the IFP's right. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you, Katie. Ola Halab.
Hello, my name is Ola Halak. I'm basically in Turkey and I'm work with Mercy Without Limits as a partnership officer. Mercy Without Limits is a humanitarian non-profit organization, works in 10 countries such Turkey, Lebanon, Jordan, Bangladesh, Rohingya, and others. Our project basically in education, protection, food security and livelihood, and recently we started with the early recovery and health. Nice to join you and looking forward to know more about DARPE. Thank you.
Thank you, Ala. What about Marissa and Shibli?
Hi, hello. I'm from the Holy Spirit University of Kaslik in Lebanon, and I represent the student support offices in the Grants and Projects unit. So I'm here to learn more about DARPE and hopefully to become a subscriber. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Nikos Palavitsini. Oh my God, I have no idea if I'm saying that right.
That was great. Congrats. Hello, everyone. I'm Nikos. I'm joining from Greece, joining on behalf of Humana. We are an EdTech company. We're a Moodle partner offering Moodle LMS in the MENA region with offices in Athens, here in Greece, Belgium, Palestine, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. I subscribed to some list and then this nice news about this platform hit me. So I'm here to find out more about this and hopefully, to be able to support more people with our solutions if it comes to it. We're also active in the region a lot with working with UNESCO in some projects, GIZ in some projects in Palestine. So it's really nice to hear so far introductions about organizations that are aiming towards the same goals that our clients and collaborators are aiming also for.
Okay, thank you, Nikos. Orsun Dogmazir.
Hello, everyone. This is Orçun. I'm attending this call from Turkey, Istanbul, on behalf of GlobeSite, which is a global development firm working specifically on projects concerning sustainable development goals. And I'm definitely looking forward to learn more about DARPE. Thank you.
Thank you. Patricia Zaylah. Okay. Ramis Amman.
Hello, my name is Rami Samman, and I have with me my colleague Lubna Zaatre. We are from BDO Jordan, a consulting and audit firm, which is specialized in NGOs in areas of capacity building, audit, micro-assessment, and monitoring and evaluation.
Okay. Rawan Jalabne. Okay. Royatic Consulting. Okay. Ruba Nasser.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, I'm Ruba Nassar, joining from Lebanon. Hello, everyone. I'm sustainability design engineer representing Eco Consulting, a sustainability consultancy company based in UK and Lebanon. And we recently launched the Circular Hub in eco-friendly learning space about environment issues, and we're interested in the DARPE platform.
Okay, thank you, Rola. Rola Ashkuti.
Good day, everyone, and thank you for having me. I'm Rula Ashkuti, project coordinator for Stand for Women NGO, which was established in Beirut, Lebanon, aiming to advocate for women's economic empowerment, gender equality, and to champion sisterhood. After August 4 Beirut explosion, we launched the Marion Fund initiative to help 200 women-led SMEs that were affected by the blast. And we were able to help them in terms of reconstruction, equipment, cash grants, and even business development.
Wow, that's a lot of work. I'm hoping we can help you with that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Rana. Sarah Anwar?
Yeah, hello, this is Sarah from Kisar Dawood Organization for Development. We are based in Egypt. We are working since 2015 in women empowerment economically and education for children in Upper Egypt and subsidiary local communities.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
We have Sarah SH.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. This is Sarah from the Regional Office of Danish Refugee Council. I am the Regional Grants Coordinator based in Jordan. I've been using DevX and DARPE so far to track grants. I have been using DARPE for almost a month now, and honestly, it's been making me look great in front of my manager. I have been using the email alert function, so I'm not checking the website directly. And I've joined today to see how else can I use the platform. Thank you so much.
That's great. There's definitely so much more that you can get out of DARPE, and I'm definitely here to show you that. Next, we have Sharaf A.
Yes, this is the first session to learn about your services.
Okay. And we have Smart and Future Cities Laboratory.
Hi, I am Dr. Samah Al-Khatib. Sorry, I am entering with the lab account, not my personal one.
Okay.
So actually, I am Dr. Samah Al-Khatib. I am from Egypt. I am the BI of the Smart and Future Cities Laboratory. It's based in Ain Shams University Faculty of Engineering, Urban Design and Planning Department. And actually, one of my colleagues introduced me to DARPE, and then I somehow I BN. So it's my pleasure to be there today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then we have Yusuf El Siniti.
Good morning. I am Yusuf Suniti. I'm working as a grant officer in Masr Khair Foundation, established in Cairo. The foundation starts from 2007. We work in many different fields of development, such education and health and aspects of life and many other fields. I'm already registered with DARPE. It was a very helpful experience with you about 2 months ago. Just thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I'm just going to launch a really quick poll just to know how familiar everybody is with aggregating websites. And what I mean by an aggregating website is that we basically, what we do is that we source from 850 different websites and we compile all these grants and tenders into an easily searchable database for you to go through. Instead of you like having to check USAID, DANIDA, and having to check GIZ for different opportunities, we do that for you and we aggregate it into a website, kind of like DevX, Development Aid, and other aggregating websites, but we have a special focus on the Middle East. And so we are more likely to catch those big and small opportunities because we're so focused on the region. So I'm just going to launch a quick poll. If you could take 2 minutes to answer that, that would be great. We'll just take 1 minute and then we'll move forward. Okay, thank you so much for that. It looks like we have about 12 people who have used aggregated websites before. That's about 50%. 50% also who have not used aggregating websites before. So it's a good even split. So I'm gonna be showing you our platform. Give me a second to share my screen. Okay. Does everybody see my screen okay?
Yes.
All right. So this is the DARPE platform, and this is what you would see once you logged in onto our main thing. This is our home page. We are, as I've said, we've been around since 2015, and we specialize in the Middle East. Now, the best thing about DARPE is that the first place you need to go is that it's really well organized based on what type of activity you want to start with. So if you are looking to start looking for grants and tenders, you would start with the funding icon here. And once you click on that, it'll take you to our grants and tenders database. Just give it 1 second to load. My internet is not the strongest this morning. Okay, here we go. So this is where all the magic happens. Basically, you can use this database to look for all the different opportunities that you might be interested in. Now, the best way to go about this is to first check the status of the opportunity. You'll either want to go for grants that are accepting bids or forecasting. We also keep when we say accepting bids, that means that this opportunity is open for application and you can submit your proposals to it. Now, forecasted opportunities are a little bit different in that they are still in the pre-bidding phase. You can still monitor these opportunities because they're often bigger chunks of money, and they can tell you a little bit more about the trends of the region, and it'll tell you a little bit more about opportunities that you can start building relationships with the donor agency before it gets to the bidding stage. And that actually improves your chances of getting the bid successfully. Now, we also keep all records of closed opportunities, and that's because we find them to be really useful for figuring out different methodologies and different tools and different approaches that you can start writing from for different proposals. And so we keep those available for you. So for now, I'm gonna go for opportunities that are accepting bids. So say you are now looking for opportunities that are within your sector. So you would go into the sector and choose, I'm going to choose, for example, climate change and global warming, because that's what my organization is working for. And I'm going to pre-select Egypt as my country of interest. And I'm going to say that I want only capacity building and training. That's going to narrow down my search for me. I'm going to pick grants and tenders. Now, the difference between grants and tenders is that grants are money that you don't have to, grants and tenders are a little bit different in the way that they are classified. Grants are more money that you don't have to at all account for, whereas tenders are a little bit more restrictive. Individual consultancies are completely different in that they are mostly for consulting firms. And you'd be able to, you can access those at a different rate for us as well. For those of you who are not familiar with our classification system, we have it at the bottom of our page here, the DARPE index, and it'll include for you all of the different, I'm going to show it to you here. It'll show you all of the different sectors and services that we have available. So we have agriculture, and it'll give you the subsectors of everything so that you can basically figure out what actual service you need to use in your search. So I'm gonna click search. Can we please keep yourselves on mute while we're doing this talk, and then you can unmute yourself when it's time for Q&A. Thank you. Right. So once you hit search, it'll narrow down the results for you. Right now we have 6 opportunities that are within this very narrow framework. And it's what's really cool about it is that we don't just show you the opportunity, we go into it even further and we give you all of the information that you might need in order for you to write a successful proposal. When you click on the opportunity, we give you a lot of background information, like the location of the opportunity that's going to be bidded in, the type of opportunity it is, the name of the donor agencies, whether or not where the deadline is, the sectors that it's for, the types of services, and we include the attachment of the TOR itself and the link to the original opportunity. And most importantly, we include specific contact information for the person who's in charge of the grant. So if you have any questions about this specific grant, you can contact this person and they'll be able to assist you. More importantly, you can go into the profile of the development aid provider and it'll show you a lot of intel on that organization so that you can read their minds essentially and write a proposal that it's more fitted to their priorities. So for example, when I click on the EBRD logo, it'll take me to their profile and it gives you first a brief overview of the organization. We tell you the sectors that they work in, the subsectors of their interests. And what's really cool is that we also include all the contact information for people in offices that might be of interest to you. That way you have real contact information for people who are working at this organization. We also include their past procurement notices because this is important for you to figure out in real dollars where their priorities have been. And so if I see that they're constantly spending their money on, for example, Lebanon pork grains silos, then we know that that's where they've been in the past. We know they've done blockchain technology, and so we know that's part of their priority. We also include the partners they've worked with in the past. And this is important because it tells you who your potential competitors are, and it also includes for you who you might want to partner with in order for you to submit a proposal together and it'll be more successful. Going back to the opportunity, another widget that we include is the suggested relevant partners. Now, this is really cool because we have classified it based on the client. So these organizations have worked with the EBRD before. They've worked with them in Egypt before, so it's an even further classification. And they've worked with them in the same sector. So they've worked with them on climate change before. And so these are just suggestions. Now, this is obviously generated by tech. And so you'd still have to do a human search of it as well. But it does give you a good starting point from where to start looking for potential partners for you to submit on this proposal. And it tells you that these partners are more likely to be applying for this opportunity with you. And then we also have the similar requests for proposals. These are opportunities that you might want to submit to as well, but they can also be opportunities that you might want to learn from in order for you to write a more strong proposal. So this is what we call the reactive version of looking for funding, because you're waiting until the bid has already come out in order for you to start building that relationship with the donor and just submitting your proposal. What DARPE does is so much further than that, because we also help you to start building relationships with organizations before the bid comes out. Now, if you're looking to start building those donor organizations beforehand, DARPE is also here for you. For that, you would need to go to the organizations tab. So we have profiled around 3,000 organizations that are working within the development aid sector in the Middle East. And we've classified them for you so that you can make your search an easy one. For example, if I'm looking for organizations that are regional or national, kind of like the African Union, the EU, those kinds of organizations. And I want them to have worked in Egypt before. I'm going to pick, say, that they've worked in women's rights and employment and empowerment, and they've worked in advocacy and awareness raising. This is going to further narrow down my search for me to give me 46 different organizations that have worked within the scope in Egypt. And so that's where you can start looking at organizations that you might want to partner with. And like the EBRD profile, if you click on the logo of any of these organizations, it'll take you to their organizational profile. Bear with me while it loads. And it'll give you the same type of information that I showed you before, their contact information. Sometimes we'll even include a phone number, the partners they've worked with in the past, that kind of information. It's really impressive. And it's really kind of trying to show you all the different connections that are available within the ecosystem of development aid in the Middle East. What's also really cool is that we also provide you with an overview of all the awarded grants. Now, what that means is that you will be, what we do is that we track all the different opportunities that have been already awarded to different organizations. So say you wanted to know what happened to the project implementing consultancy for the Kitchener draining project wastewater component, you will know what organization actually won this bid. And you can know then how to compare yourself to this organization in the future. The employment promotion, and I'm going to show you what you can expect to see in that profile. So it'll show you what type of opportunity it is, the client that actually awarded this opportunity, the award, the location, the subsectors of where it came from, the actual value of the opportunity, and when it was awarded. And that's just a good way for you to figure out how to compare yourself with different organizations. Now, as you know, you might not necessarily always have all of the people or personnel that you might need when you are applying for a proposal. Sometimes these proposals might request from you that you have 3 financial auditors instead of just 2, and you might need to outsource some of that work. DARPE is also here for that. We have a roster of experts that have uploaded their CVs to our platform. Bear with me while I let it load. Currently, we have about 400, close to 400 people who have submitted their CVs, and they are all experts within the field. Now, what's really cool about this is that we've also made it searchable by clients. And what that means is that you can narrow down the search to people who have worked with this donor agency before. So say I want to apply to, want to submit a proposal to the USAID. So I will only look for experts who have worked with the USAID before. And I want them to have worked in the women's rights and empowerment section before. And I want them to have worked in advocacy and awareness raising. And let's even narrow it down even further and say we only want people who have worked in Egypt before, because we want that regional specificity. And it'll pull up all of the people who are in our database who would be suitable for you to contact. It'll include for you, as a brief overview from the outside, you can see what their qualifications are, and you can decide who you want to work with. And it shows you their years of experience, and all the different sectors they've worked with in the past. And it's just a great way for you to figure out who's who in the development aid sector. Now, say you've decided that you want to go for a specific person and you want to contact them. Once you click on their name, you'll have a brief overview of what they've worked on, all of their contact information, their CV, and just a brief overview here of all the clients they've worked with before. And so that'll give you a good overview of, what are their competencies in this area. And this experts roster is free to access for all of our members. It's included within your membership fee. Next, we have our news, and this is kind of the same as what you would find on Development Aid and DevX. We have it as open to all people. We just track all the different trends and all the different stories that you might use in order for you to write better proposals. We try to focus on different development solutions. And so these are very methodological. And so it helps you to write technically competent proposals. Last but certainly not least, we have webinars that we host on a monthly basis. I'm going to show you the upcoming webinars that are coming up. And these are free to attend for DARPE members, but sometimes we charge a fee for non-members. So just be on the lookout for them because they do provide really good training opportunities. We currently have a really good one coming up in September for fundraising beyond the proposal. And it's going to be hosted by Jessica Mujabbar. She's actually a really strong worker in the field. She's been around for the last 15 years. She's worked with the FCDO, EU, ECHO, the GAC, UNICEF, UNHCR. She's really a great person. And so she'll be hosting that webinar for us. The last thing that we do is that we offer advertising services. Now, as you know, sometimes what makes a difference between a winning proposal and a proposal that gets discarded is really the branding and the name of your organization. And so it's really important for you as an organization to constantly put yourself out there. It's not enough to just write a competent proposal. Sometimes you got to go the extra mile and make sure that you are also, talking regularly at webinars, attending them, posting stories about yourself. And we help you do that too. We are actually currently looking for organizations to work with in November and December. We've got open slots there for anybody who would be interested to partner with us on a webinar. And if you're interested in that, you can approach me after the webinar. I'll be sending out an email about it, and we can talk about that separately. But we can work out a webinar with you. We can feature you in one of our articles. We can feature you in our newsletter, which goes out to 18,000 development practitioners. And our monthly website visitors are around 25,000 people. Our social media goes to 23,000 people. And so we'd be able to give you a platform and a voice that doesn't just go to a large number of people, but quality, because most of the people that go to our website and subscribe to our newsletter are development aid practitioners. And so it would be a very niche circle that you'd be working with. So that's all I had to say for today. I'm gonna open the floor for questions and discussions now. So let me just stop sharing. If you have a question, now would be the time to ask. You can just unmute yourself and we can start from there. Or if you don't feel comfortable, you can always send the question in the chat and I will answer that there.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Roba. Roba? Okay, well, I see a question from Rola about how you can be a DARPE member. You can join DARPE very easily. It's only for it's a monthly membership. Sorry, not a monthly membership. We have a 6-month membership and a yearly membership. Let me just really quickly open up the I'll open up on the platform to see how much it costs so everybody knows what that looks like. It's about 5,500 pounds, Egyptian pounds for the yearly, and 3,500 pounds for the monthly, sorry, for the 6 months membership. And we're actually currently running a discount. It's 20% off for people who would be a first-time subscriber to DARPE. So if you're interested in that, also, you can drop me a link in the email and we can talk about that. I have a question from Sarah. Can I adjust my email alert to include only grants, not tenders or individual services? Absolutely. When you go onto your account, when you go into your daily alert, you can include that you only want grants. You can adjust what type of sectors and services you want to be receiving those alerts about. Just so everybody's clear, when you're a member of DARPE, you will get a daily alert with all the new tenders and grants that have been uploaded to our website. And so you can either wait for the email to come to you, or you can go to the platform and use it yourself. But either way, you can control what comes to you in your email. And so that'll be even narrowing down further what you get to look at so that it's not overwhelming. Roba, are you still with us? Do you still have your question? Roba?
Hi, Ola speaking. Sorry.
Yes. I wanted to know about the information about the membership. Is it on the DARPE website?
Yes, absolutely. Let me show you. I'll show it to you. There we go. So we have different types of membership plans. If you are an individual consultant and you only want to receive consultancies, then you would go for this plan, and it's about $2,500 a year. If you're an organization and you want to receive grants and tenders in addition to the individual consultancies, then this is the type of membership plan that you'd want to go for. And either way, you would have access to all of our roster of individual experts. You'd have access to the directory of organizations, and you'd be able to use our database of grants and tenders. We also have a 6-month membership plan, which basically includes the same stuff. It's just, for a shorter period. The individual membership is priced at 1,750 Egyptian pounds, and the organizational one is at 3,500. Just to be clear on that, we have a 20% discount running at the moment for new members. And so you can still cash in on that, and we'd be able to make that available for you.
Okay, thank you.
I see Ola has her hand raised.
Yes, hi again. Thank you so much for the detailed information. Actually, I have multiple questions. The first one about the advertise icon. I just want to make sure, can any organization ask for joint event with DARPE? I mean, can any of the organization show, let's say, the achievements or the works or specific information of activities through DARPE webinar? This is first. And second, actually, we are so interested about the DFID and USAID partnership. So actually, until now, we don't have such information to how to start the process, how we can move on to the due diligence phase, and etc. So actually, I need this information from your side if possible. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ala. Actually, so I've got the good news for you is anybody at all can partner with us on the webinar. And so it's available to our members at a discounted rate. And we can discuss that privately. I'm also in charge of the webinars. I have multiple hats here at DARPE, and so we can discuss that separately. But it would be available to you. You can talk about your work. You can talk about your methodology, anything you'd like to share. And we would invite all these different providers to come and listen to you, kind of like running a hall. And basically what we would do is that we would pre-select people to attend. Instead of just inviting, you can either have an invitation to everybody to attend, or you can have it so that it's limited. And we can say that we're only inviting key people to attend so that you can have a more intimate conversation with them and really get down and dirty into the details. As far as your conversation with the USAID and other organizations, we kind of act as a bridge for you, but we don't mediate that relationship building. We kind of leave that onus of that on you. So what we would do is that we'd give you the directory. We have the information available there for you. We have the old procurement notices there for you, so you can do your due diligence and your research. But we don't really interfere in you building that relationship. But we did actually run a webinar a couple of months back called How to Partner with USAID. If you bear with me, I can open it. You should also check out, while I'm talking about this, we should also check out all of our previous recordings. They give you an opportunity to like really check out all the different stuff that we've been up to. Let me see. Yeah, so here, USAID Business Opportunities Forecast. This is just one of the webinars that we ran on the USAID. You can give it a check out when you open it. It'll give you insight into what the lecture was about and a recording of the lecture. And that's open for everybody to watch.
Thank you so much.
No problem. I have a question here from Sharaf. I noticed that you are more focused on opportunities in Egypt compared to the number offered opportunities for Yemen. What's your methodology to make sure you have full coverage of opportunities? We're not really focused on Egypt only. We have many opportunities in Yemen as well. I just really focused on Egypt right now because it was easier for me to pick the same country over and over. But I can show you multiple opportunities, and if you're struggling with finding opportunities in Yemen, I'm more than happy to help you cater to your specific needs. But there are multiple opportunities in Yemen, and we track 850 different websites. And it might be just that right now the funding cycles for different opportunities are not available. So you might want to just wait until new funding cycles are renewed. But it's not a shortcoming on our end. We actually we look through 850 different websites, and so it's a major bulk of work that you wouldn't have to do yourself. Let's see, we got Sarah. So I'm trying to change my email alert because I'm using the alert from my predecessor. We're updating the alert now. So if you have an account with us, but you've changed your email, you can still send us an email and be like, hey, that person who was receiving the alerts before is no longer there. I want to be the new account owner for this organization, and we will help you fix that. So that's an easy fix. Just send us an email. We're very responsive. We're a small team, but we are very responsive, and we can help you with any little technical details that you might be facing.
Sorry, can I speak? Sorry, I didn't
Sure,
find where I
absolutely.
can raise my hand button thingy. So I already did that step, and I've already changed my email, and now the alerts are coming to me. But I think that they are the same settings of my predecessor, and I was wondering if I update it now. I mean, I actually just did on the website, and I was wondering if this would remove the previous alert preferences. So I wouldn't be receiving, for example, two daily emails, one from the preferences of my predecessor and then one from my preferences that I just clicked.
Once you update it, you won't get the old preferences.
Okay.
Yeah, so just make sure that when you're selecting your updated preferences, you only pick what you want to receive, and that'll come to you immediately.
Okay, and I saw that I can only have daily alerts. I cannot change this to like a weekly or a monthly alert, right?
For
some things.
So we do two things. You get the daily alert, but you also get a weekly alert that kind of sums up everything that's happening on the daily alerts. We also do a monthly newsletter, but the monthly newsletter doesn't include grants and tenders. It's more of our stories and things like that. If you don't want to receive I don't think we've ever had somebody who didn't want to receive daily alerts.
No, I do. I mean, it makes sense because I do want to know the deadline as soon as it's like out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I absolutely want to. I just wanted to see if it's an option.
I mean, I can always talk to our colleagues here and see if we can make that change for you. But we usually have people who want to get the daily alert. But
yeah, no worries.
Okay.
No, it's thank you so much.
Yes, I'm gonna drop my email into the chat for anybody to take. Because I'm seeing a lot of people are asking about that. But yes, my email is nlmahrakawi@darpe.me. So if you're interested in partnering with us on a webinar, or if you're interested in pursuing a membership with us, I'm your point of contact for that. Any other questions? I'm seeing from Mecca, our services offered in Southern Africa. Unfortunately, we're currently more focused on the Middle East. And so if you are working in the Middle East region, we'd be able to help you, but otherwise, unfortunately, no. But we're potentially thinking of expanding, so keep an eye out on us for later. But for now, we're in the Middle East. Any other questions? Comments? How do you feel about the DARPE platform? What do you think we could do better?
I think you're doing a great job. The concern I have is, how accessible and coverage your services are. Do you have access to DevEx? Will you be the next DevEx in the Middle East? Is DevEx more comprehensive in terms of the listings, or should we give up a DevEx account for DARPE? These are the concerns that I have. I understood from your previous comment that you cover 800 websites, and that doesn't really tell me much about your methodology.
No, I see what your concern might be. So we actually track everything that DevEx tracks, plus some more. Because DevEx is more like globally focused. They sometimes mostly focus on the bigger grant opportunities. So like the things that come from USAID, the things that come from like bigger grant donors. But like we also track the literal opportunities, which are a little bit more accessible for smaller NGOs and smaller consulting firms. And the competition on them is a little bit less intense. And so we actually do more than that. We track Jam'ati, we track multiple different sources. And so I think we can be even better than DevEx if you are focused on the Middle East region, because we don't miss an opportunity that is within the region. And then we have our tech team speaks Arabic. And so for those of you who are not fluent in English, احنا برضو ممكن نحكي معكم بالعربي. So it's a very much more personalized experience, and that's my pitch for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for this wonderful presentation and the possibilities that you offer. I use usually funds for NGOs. So how would you compare with that?
I still would say that funds for NGOs also doesn't track as much as we do. Funds for NGO also doesn't have the classification system. And so you might be spending your time scrolling through multiple opportunities, and it's not as well classified. All of our graduates are from political science backgrounds. And so they are technically more competent than funds for NGOs. And so it'll decrease the amount of time that you're wasting looking through funds for NGOs. But we actually also cover at funds for NGOs plus some more. And so we track all the opportunities they post. They're one of the organizations that we track as well, but we still do more than they do. we still post stuff that they don't post. Because we also track right from the source. We go to UNGM, we go to the USAID grants platform. So we track more than just the big opportunities. I see Ola has another question.
Thank you.
Hi again. Sorry for the multiple questions. I just want to double check about the focal point numbers, let's say, like beside the grant, there is the contact information. Is the contact information for this grant a specialty, or is it for the NGO? Because, you know, we submitted many proposals, and some of those proposals they might reject, but we didn't receive any email. So if we want to follow up, how we can follow up? Just to send email to this person, to this contact information, or is there any other way?
Yeah, so basically if you're looking at the profile of the actual opportunity, then the contact information is for that grant only. If you're looking at the profile of the organization, then on the sidebar, the contact information listed is for the organization as a whole. So it really depends on which page you're looking at. And to follow up, I think not everybody is going to get an answer because the bigger organizations don't always feel like explaining themselves, but you're more likely to get that kind of specific attention from smaller donor agencies.
Right. Thank you.
Sarah, you have a question, your hand raised. You're still on mute.
Sorry, yes, I noticed I was on mute. I just wanted to help you as well on your pitch and you know, like how Darby stands out from the other platforms. As someone who have a membership with DevX and also Darby, and I also used Funds for Go, I can give you, you know, like a bit of a like the difference between three of them. As you've mentioned, Darby is much more focused on the MENA region, which is something that is really helpful for me as someone who's working in a focus of the MENA region. As I'm working with the Danish Refugee Organization, DevX has been helpful in tracking, you know, like larger donors. But to be honest, for someone who's working in the MENA region, we're trying to strengthen the localization efforts. Darby has been tracking the smaller calls, which we can also send out to our partner CSOs, which has been extremely helpful. Actually, this morning, I was just checking a call that was sent to me by the daily report from Darby, and I was wondering if I can see it on DevX, and I wasn't able to do that. They're not tracking it, although it was from UN Women, which is you know, a large donor as well. And the call was published only yesterday, so I had a few question marks on how fast do they track, like DevX, how fast do they track the calls as well. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it.
Thank you, Sarah. That was really like a heartwarming moment for me and feeling like, yes, we're doing our job right. But you were right. We actually do like really focus on localization efforts. Even our directory of the different development aid providers and implementing partners, we've actually classified all of the local organizations as well. So, and these are really, it's a coming up trend in all of the proposals that you might be submitting, even to the larger donor organization. When they're looking for you to write a good proposal, they are looking for you to have connections with people who are really local and nascent organizations on the ground. And so if you're looking for those key personnel, we are able to connect you to them in a more close way than either DevX or development aid or funds for NGOs would, because we are actually really focused on the Middle East region and our personnel are regional experts. But yeah. Roba's asking, can we still create a profile if we use the free membership? Yes, you can create a profile if you're using the free membership. If you want to upload your CV onto our mainframe, it's for free. Anybody can do that. And actually, if you do that, if you upload your CV, we can give you a 1-month free membership to try out DARPE as a consultant. We have the chance to get a one-time free access on DARPE website. So what we can do is, if you're interested in DARPE membership, we can also grant everybody who's interested. All you need to do is you'd need to create a free user and send me an email, and we can give you a 2-week free trial of the DARPE website, and you can use it however you see fit. Any other questions, comments?
Well, not a question, but a big thank you for the presentation. I want to share a personal experience. I've struggled a lot with lots of platforms on tenders. I have a set of bitter stories to share about it, but I won't do it now. I think from what I see, it's a very good job, and it's easy to use. I played a bit with a free account, and I would welcome any trial, as you already shared. So, yeah, I mean, for me, it's pretty straightforward to use. And guys, I think, with this, you will save us some time from searching around. So, it's very warmly welcomed from our behalf as well, having struggled with platforms that just, that don't work in the end. So thank you for the presentation and the great work so far.
Yeah, I actually was going to even say that it's not just about saving you time and energy. It's also a good opportunity for you to learn more about the trends in the region. When I look at what the grants are coming up in the region, I know where the money is going. And so it helps me to kind of figure out what's going on in the Middle East. And so it's a good learning opportunity as well.
Yeah, and also a good opportunity to connect. So I also like the feature where you can find out partners that have worked on such projects in the past, so you don't spend time looking for things that, you can connect with someone and they can help you, and why not form a consortium for a bid, and yeah, all of this is very,
absolutely.
Very
Well, that's all the time we had for today. But I'm going to be sending out an email later with a recording of this session if you want to share it with your coworkers or anybody in your circle. If you have any questions left over, you can always feel free to send me an email or just connect with us through our info@darpe.me platform. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending. And I look forward to seeing you at another DARPE webinar. Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.